Hello, hello. Can you hear me? Please confirm. If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up in the chat box, please, or say, yes, we can hear you loud and clear. Say anything, just confirm. I just want to make sure that we're okay, that everything is fine. You can hear me and you can see me as well before we kick off the orientation session. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. All right, so I guess we're good to start. We're good to go. All right, so let's jump straight into today's session. And thank you so much, everyone, for showing up. I'm really delighted and thrilled to bits to have you all on board. I can't really contain my happiness. You can see I'm smiling from ear to ear. Okay. So I hope, inshallah, that you will find today's session enjoyable, beneficial, and valuable. This is my goal to deliver a valuable presentation. I just want you to kick back, relax, sit comfortably, and try to soak it all in. Okay? So feel free to save all your questions until the end. I just want you to keep your eyes and ears open. All right? If you have any question, write it down and reserve it till the end of the session, inshallah. And I'll be more than happy to take all of your questions, queries, concerns, and so on and so forth. Okay? So without further ado, let's roll. Let's get started. And let me share my screen. Just give me a second. All right, share screen. Please, if you can see my screen, let me know in the chat box. Can you see my screen? Yeah, all right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, so Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello, hello everyone. Welcome to the conversation course. So, yeah, this is the conversation course. Why are you here? Can you let me know in the chat box? Tell me, why did you decide to attend the session? Why you decided to attend the session? What is your motivation? What motivated you to attend? Perfect. Improve my speaking skills. Wonderful. Okay. Boost my oral proficiency. Excellent. Fantastic. Yeah. So it's all about improving your oral proficiency, boosting your speaking skills, advancing your verbal skills, your ability to verbalize your thoughts, express your ideas more effectively, coherently, and more importantly, effortlessly and fearlessly. Yeah, you wanna work as a call center agent. Excellent. Yeah. I guess improve, being a proficient speaker will be a valuable asset. Excellent. All right. So here's the agenda of today's meeting. These are the issues that we will cover, inshallah, and the points that we will tackle throughout the entire presentation, inshallah. So first off, we'll talk a little bit about me or the instructor, because before you join any course, before you enroll in any program, you have to be aware of the credentials and the qualifications of your instructor. Okay, just to know whether they are qualified or not. And hopefully, inshallah, I'm qualified to help you, and I will be able to guide you in the right direction, inshallah. And then we will talk more about our courses, the services that Engli-Vision provides. And then we have a gift, a reward for all of you because you decided to attend the session. So you are my guests, and I have to show some hospitality. And number four, we'll talk a little bit about why is it important to learn English, the importance of learning English. We'll touch upon it. Um, Number four, yes, when we come to it, inshallah. And number five, we will shed some light on some issues, some important issues related to learning English in general. And then number six, most common problems, we will highlight the issues, the challenges that English learners face when they start learning English. And finally, an overview of the course, like a walkthrough of the course. I'll just talk or give you some details and information about what to expect to see when you join the course, inshallah, the framework and the system that we will follow, and the rules that we will adhere to. All right. So, who am I? I believe all of you know my name. My name is Ali Said. I'm 27 years old. I graduated from Azhar University, the Faculty of Languages and Translation, and it was during that period that my passion for language learning and language teaching was born. My interest was sparked during that period because I really struggled to learn English during that period. Okay, it was a nightmare. So I decided to, give this industry a shot to go into the field of teaching English to help learners overcome the issues that I once suffered from. Okay. So once I finished my military service, I joined Engli-Vision and I've been working with them ever since. So more or less 4 years so far. I've been working for Engli-Vision for more or less 4 years, and I occupied several roles within Engli-Vision. I wore several hats, so I was a speaking examiner, a writing examiner, an academic coordinator, and most recently, a conversation course instructor. Okay, and also I'm a field holder. This is basically a training program that the AUC provides. The main purpose of this program or of this course is to equip and to arm English teachers with the skills and the knowledge that they need to be market ready, to be future ready, to be effective and competent teachers. So I had the honor to attend this course, and I got certified, alhamdulillah, by the AUC. And nowadays, currently, I'm doing my MA at the AUC to earn my master's degree in TESOL, teaching English to speakers of other languages. I believe I'm halfway through. Um, just I'll finish inshallah in a year or more than a year. Okay. And finally, I am a content creator on Facebook and TikTok. And this is a hobby that I decided to take on because I noticed that I had no hobbies in the past. So I decided to spice things up and to add some variety to my life. The devil finds work for idle hands. If you have a lot of free time on your hands and you do not take advantage of this blessing, then you might find yourself doing some destructive activities. So it's better to spend your time productively and constructively. Okay, so I try to shoot and make some educational videos, to teach my followers some expressions, idioms, and new words every now and then. So please, if you're interested, follow me on Facebook and TikTok. Okay, so as you can see, here's a list. This is an overview of the courses and the services that Engli-Vision offers. You can take a screenshot and you can get in touch with the coordinator if you're interested, if you are keen to take any of these courses or benefit from these services. You can reach out to the coordinator and ask for more details. And we also have some German courses and French courses, okay, not just English. So take a screenshot to refer to it back later. Yeah, okay. Moving on. So, as I said earlier, you are my guests and I have to treat you to something special, okay? So, I wish I were loaded or wealthy enough to give you some money as a gift, but unfortunately, I'm not. However, instead, I can give you knowledge, which will enable you and empower you to earn more money in the future, inshallah. So, knowledge is power. Knowledge is equated with power. So today I'm going to give you 3 idioms, and all of them have the word lion in common. Okay. So I'll give you a scenario for each idiom, and I want you to try to guess. You use your brain. Okay. Try to interact with me. I'll dominate the conversation. Yes, I'll be the one doing most of the talking. Yes, but I want you to type in the chat box. Uh, I'm trying to keep you focused and alert. I don't want to send you to sleep or bore you to death. Okay? So the first idiom that we have is jump the line. Jump the line. As you can see, the first photo on the right hand side. So there's a clerk sitting on a chair, and a lot of people are waiting in line. They are lining up to get served. So, and someone all of a sudden got past the entire group who have been waiting impatiently for their turn. So this person disrespectfully and impolitely just moved to the head or to the front of the line. So what does it mean to jump the line? I guess I gave the answer away because I explained the meaning of the idiom. So this is the meaning of jump the line. Yes, exactly. Perfect. Yes. Thank you. So this is the meaning of jump the line, to not wait for your turn. Okay, basically. And this happens all the time in Egypt. Once someone wearing fancy clothes and some, shades, some dark glasses, and they walk to the office or to the reception area, to the reception desk, and they whisper a few words to the ears of the clerk, and yeah, disrespect. So this is the meaning of jump the line. Number two, the second idiom is toe the line. Toe the line. So here's an example to help you guess the meaning. We have a new employee, okay? And once a new employee joins a company, there should be some kind of a meeting to walk the new employee through the culture and the rules of the company. So the person explaining or helping the new employee will say, if you want to succeed, if you want to excel in the workplace, you have to toe the line. And he will give him or her a list of rules to follow. Okay. And the person explaining the culture to the new employee will say, if you want to succeed, you have to toe the line, and they point to the rules, to the list of rules. So what does it mean to toe the line? No, not to arrive on time. No. Yeah. Excellent, to follow the rules. Perfect. Exactly. Stick to rules. Wonderful. Yeah. So to abide by the rules of the company and to conform to the principles of the company. So toe the line, to follow the rules. Okay. If you want to survive in this environment, you have to toe the line. All right. And number three, we have on the line. Can you see the elephant here? The photo or the picture on the left-hand side? What's going to happen to the elephant? Yeah, can you tell me in the chat box? What's going to happen if the elephant doesn't move? He's going to die. Yeah, excellent. The train will hit the elephant. So what does it mean if you are on the line? For example, when I tell you uh, adopting AI will make a lot of people, you know, get fired. A lot of people get fired because top companies are adopting AI. Their jobs are on the line. A lot of people will be fired. A lot of people will be made redundant. Excellent, in danger. Bravo, yes. In danger or at risk, in peril, in jeopardy. Exactly. On the line. Your job will be on the line if you don't toe the line. All right. So I just killed two birds with one stone. I used the two idioms in one sentence. If you do not toe the line, your job will be on the line. All right. So once again, idioms, they add depth and color to your conversation and to your speech. Try to incorporate them into your everyday language when you communicate with your friends or colleagues. Try to sprinkle them, okay? But I have to make a disclaimer here. The fact that we're teaching you to use idioms doesn't necessarily mean that you should be using them in every sentence. No, just try to use them reasonably. All right? It's not a must, but it's an indication that you're able to use advanced expressions and idioms. All right? And you will come across as a competent speaker and language user. People will start looking up to you. Oh my God, he's using a lot of advanced words. Okay? And sometimes they are more expressive. All right. All right. Now, I want you guys to tell me why we learn English. Why is it important or crucial to learn English or to master this language, to have a high command or a solid, robust command of English? Yeah, let's talk about the reasons and the motivations that people have, the motivations that push people to learn English. Perfect. All research papers are written in English. Wonderful. Yeah, I'm reading your messages. I definitely agree to get promoted. Okay. You'll be better than me, don't worry, inshallah. I guess you already are better than me. Yeah. Thank you. Perfect. So, excellent. All your messages, almost all of your messages revolve around this list. So I tried to compile a list of reasons uh, to prove to you that learning English is really crucial. It's a valuable asset. So enhanced career opportunities. Learning English will give you a huge advantage, a huge professional advantage. It will give you a professional leg up. Okay. And we all know that nowadays almost all interviews are conducted in English. So if you want to pass with flying colors, if you want to pass your interviews with ease and comfort, you have to be able to speak English. You have to be able to interact with the interviewer in English easily, effortlessly, confidently, and fearlessly. So, and what happens when you get accepted? Of course, you will earn more money. You will make money. So English all is a must, is a requirement, I guess, in all workplaces. And if you want to work in international companies, I'm talking about international companies, you have to be able to speak English. Okay. And a lot of people complain about the fact that they're not able to communicate with their colleagues in the workplace. So once again, English here can be a barrier. So mastering English will help you overcome this hurdle or this barrier. And I want you to imagine this scenario. If five people, I always give this example, if five people are applying for the same job and they're all equal in terms of their skills and qualifications and technical knowledge, but they can speak English at varying levels. Someone is very proficient, someone's English is a little bit mediocre, and someone's English is poor, very poor. Okay, who's most likely to get accepted? Who has higher chances of getting promoted or getting accepted? Of course, the person who speaks English fluently. Okay, so here learning English or mastering English can be um, a huge advantage. Okay, it can enhance your career opportunities and your employment prospects. Number two, access to information. I guess all of you are aware of the fact that most companies, most social media companies are located in English-speaking countries. Okay, and the content, the vast majority of content on the internet um, is in English. So if you want to be a global reader, you have to be able to read English and understand English, comprehend the content on the internet. Okay, if you want to read about what's happening internationally or even locally, um, you have to be able to understand English. So for if you can only speak one language, you will have access to, you know, uh, books or articles published in Arabic. But if you can speak Arabic and English, you will have access to a wider variety of options. Okay. Number three, academic advancement. If you want to advance your education, if you want to pursue some postgraduate studies, English can be a prerequisite. It will be a requirement. Sometimes you have to take the IELTS or the TOEFL to prove that you are a proficient speaker. Okay, they often require you to score a certain uh, to get a certain score. So once again, English is important. And number four, skill diversification. You'll be a multi-talented and well-rounded individual, multi-skilled, because in addition to your technical know-how or technical knowledge, for example, if you are an engineer, it might not be enough to be an engineer who can speak Arabic. No, even if you want to read more about your field, I believe most of the books are written in English. Okay, most of the reliable and insightful books are written in English. So skill diversification. You will be a multi-talented individual, and your colleagues will respect you. And to be honest, employers gravitate towards people who are fluent in English because you're able to communicate with more clients, not just Arabic-speaking clients, not just Arabs. But you can reach out to clients who can speak other languages, and you can conduct business in the global market. And finally, personal growth. Learning a second language often requires a lot of effort and time, blood, sweat, and tears. And what happens when you start feeling a little bit uncomfortable? You start to grow and to develop. Your skills you will feel that you are flourishing and prospering. So this is growth. You will feel a sense of fulfillment and accomplishment. And this is called personal growth. You will step out of your comfort zone. And speaking about personal growth, people who can process and understand two languages are much smarter than people who can only understand one language. So learning a second language enhances your brain power. All right. Now moving on to issues to consider. Number one, we have frustration. And I want you to understand a very important and crucial point, which is while you are learning a second language, while you are learning English, you will definitely and inevitably fall on your face several times. And you will mess up countless times. And this is part and parcel of the learning journey. It's it's normal, it's natural. You don't have to worry, you don't have to beat yourself up about it when you make mistakes. No, mistakes are your best friends because they show you what you lack and they point you in the right direction. When you notice that you made a mistake, you're not going to repeat it in the future. Okay. So learners often complain because they feel frustrated, because they have this expectation or this illusion. They are under the illusion that once I do in a course, I'll be able to speak English within just 2 weeks or 3 weeks. No, this is not true. This is unrealistic and unattainable. And I'm sorry to burst your bubble. Okay. So, frustration. I want you to be aware of the fact that Rome wasn't built in a day. Learning any skill or mastering any skill takes time and effort. It doesn't happen overnight. Okay? So, self-compassion. I want you to practice some self-compassion. Go easy on yourself. Frustration. Number two, we have accent. Which is more important, the American accent or the British accent? Can you tell me in the chat box? And which is better? Which is superior, the American accent or the British accent? British, American, American. Wow. So far, American is winning. Okay, American, American. Both. American. Okay. Why are you shouting? Uh-huh. Thank you. Okay. So, perfect. Yeah. So I do agree with you. It does not matter. Um, uh, to be honest, I'm really puzzled and I feel perplexed. Uh, yeah. Okay. So as I was saying, I'm really puzzled because a lot of people are obsessed. They seem obsessed with accent, but it doesn't really matter. What matters is your ability to be understandable. When people talk with you or communicate with you, they can understand what you mean without, uh, you don't give them a hard time to understand you. Okay, they can understand you without struggling easily and um, with ease and comfort. So yeah, intelligibility is all about being understandable. Okay, your pronunciation is clear. Clarity takes priority. Okay, so it doesn't really matter whether you adopt the British accent or the American accent. It's not important. However, if you're an English teacher, then that's a different story. Then you need to, I would say, focus a little bit more on your pronunciation and maybe try to adopt a particular accent, but again, clarity and understandability are more important. Okay. Number three, yeah, why are you learning English? To communicate with people or to just pass an exam? People who have the mentality of I want to pass the exam, I want to pass the IELTS exam, I want to get a high score. I don't care about being able to communicate in real life situations, in real life scenarios. In fact, most people who after they finish the IELTS course or just take the IELTS exam, they struggle when they are in situations when they are required to speak with other people, just speak casually. Because why? Because some of them just memorize a couple of chunks and idioms and that's it. So they learn English to just pass an exam and they forget about English. No, I want you to change your mentality and your mindset. I want you to have this mentality that we are learning English to communicate with other people. And yeah, sometimes you have both goals in mind, and it's okay. But again, prioritize communication. That's what we do in the conversation course. We are teaching you English to help you communicate outside the classroom. Okay. And number four, memorize new vocabulary. What is the best way to memorize new vocabulary? Okay. Okay. All right. Perfect. So yeah, you have to contextualize the words. So you have to get some input. For example, if you are reading a story, watching a video on YouTube, you will definitely come across some new words. I want you to write them down and not just the individual words. Never memorize individual words. Try to memorize the whole chunks and the whole chunk. And once again, it's not about memorization, it's about getting exposed to the language over and over again, being in touch with the language uh, on a daily basis. And of course, reviewing the words regularly is important. Okay, because if you don't review or keep track of the new words, you will not be able to remember them or retain them or recall them in the future. Okay, you will just soon forget them. They will quickly slip your mind. Finally, you are chasing a mirage. What is the meaning of a mirage? Do you see the photo on the right hand side? Do you think that this is real water? Do you think that this water is real? Yes or no? Perfect. No, it's not real. It's an illusion. It's an optical illusion. Okay. You might see it from afar, this phenomenon, you might see it from afar, but once you approach it, once you come close to this area on the road, you will see no water. Okay, because it's an illusion. So what does this have to do with language learning? By analogy, by the same token, do you think that you can be able sorry, do you think you can speak about any topic? For example, if I ask you some questions about the American political system, would you be able to have a conversation with me about this point or this topic or this subject? Do you think a person can? Do you think this is possible? Do you think that being able to speak about any subject there is attainable? Of course, no. There are, topics or subjects that we need to read about them first, and then we'll be able to speak about them. Okay? So just rest assured and do not panic or freak out when you notice that after years of learning English, you're still unable to speak about certain topics. It happens because English at the end of the day is not our mother tongue. Okay. Now, the problems that we face, the most common challenges. So I'll briefly go over the problems because I've already explained them in one of my orientation sessions. You can watch it later, guys. So vocabulary expansion. A lot of people are sad and upset because they lack vocabulary. They don't have a sufficient amount of vocabulary. And again, they struggle to remember the right word, or once they come across a new word, they're not able to remember it later in the future when they communicate with other people. So we have to be aware of the fact that we have two types of memory, your short-term memory and your long-term memory. What happens when you encounter a new word for the first time? It gets stored, automatically gets stored in your short-term memory. And if you don't start using it, you will soon forget it. So, uh, but when you start using it, when you incorporate it in your written text, or when you use them in your speech, you will be able to solidify. You are solidifying your memorization. You're solidifying your memory of these expressions. So vocabulary expansion. We work on this, on the course. We try to help you. We try to provide you with lots of idioms, phrasal verbs, expressions, words, and we also help you use them. Number two, fear of speaking. So most people fear, afraid. They feel scared and intimidated, or it's daunting for them to open their mouth and speak. They feel like a fish out of water. They feel nervous, tongue-tied. They get sweaty. They sweat buckets, and they freak out. They tremble with fear when they open their mouth. They are afraid of making mistakes, and they lack confidence. Okay, they think they are under the impression that when I open my mouth, people will start evaluating my language. People will ridicule me, will make fun of me. They will make fun of my pronunciation. They will laugh at my grammar mistakes. And because of this, they do not speak. They do not improve. Lack of confidence. And this what leads to lack of confidence, negative self-talk or self-doubt. Okay. And most learners are introverts. They feel shy and timid, although they might be very talented and skillful. But, you know, um, their lack of confidence prevents them from moving forward. And number four, limited exposure. Um, because people do not practice, they do not practice speaking, they do not improve, and they do not get a sufficient amount of input. And they expect themselves the moment They open their mouth, they'll be able to speak. But once again, how can you speak if you haven't come into contact with the language sufficiently? Okay. Number five, time and consistency. A lot of people have a bit, busy schedules, and they have personal commitments, professional commitments, and responsibilities, and all of these things prevent them from being committed and dedicated. But let me be honest with you. I'm gonna be brutally honest. How can you learn a second language if you don't have time to learn? Okay, if you don't have time, then you will not improve at all. I'm sorry to tell you this. I'm sorry to tell you this. And then consistency. Some people might just start learning a second language for a week or two, and then they just stop. They quit. They give up. Their energy level at the beginning was just off the charts. It was through the roof. But after 2 weeks, their energy levels just plummet. They decline. Their energy fades away. It just disappears. They're not consistent. Okay. And this often happens because they lack motivation. If you ever feel like quitting, if you ever feel that this is too much, try to remember why you started in the first place. Try to envision the benefits that you will gain, the rewards that you will reap when you reach your goals. And finally, perfection. This is your enemy, and this is a disaster. Perfection is the enemy of success. People want to be flawless, want to be perfect. They want their language to be impeccable, and this is unattainable, of course. It takes years of hard work, blood, sweat, and tears, a lot of effort. If you want to reach automaticity, the ability to speak without too much thinking, the ability to speak without hesitations, without pauses, then this requires a great deal of effort and time, consistent effort. Once again, your goal is to make progress, to improve, not to be perfect. No one is perfect. Being perfect is really difficult and tough. So once again, your goal is to make progress, baby steps. Okay? You know, how do companies grow? They just don't grow like this. No, they follow a diagonal line, a diagonal line. Okay. Now, coming to the nitty-gritty, the most important details of the session, a walkthrough of the course. Here is an overview. This is the framework, the system that we will adhere to, inshallah. We will have 2 weekly sessions. We will meet twice a week, and each session will be 2 hours long. Okay, on Fridays and Tuesdays. And I will show you the schedule, the course schedule, in a few minutes. So we will meet twice a week, and attending the session is a must. And then we have daily practice on WhatsApp. We will send you a lot of tasks on WhatsApp to keep you busy and to help you stay connected to English every single day. All right. And you guys are expected to do the tasks and complete your assignments on time before the deadline. So practice on WhatsApp. We will send you quizzes and we'll ask you to record voice notes because it's a conversation course. So we will send a lot of voice notes to speak and receive feedback on your output. And then we have 5 calls, and a speaking examiner will call you whether on Zoom or emo or whatever you agree on. Okay, and you will have a conversation from for 10 to 15 minutes maximum. Okay. And then we have 5 voice notes. These 5 voice notes, you will send them to the coordinator in private, but they will be longer than the daily voice notes. 5 voice notes, those 5 voice notes, they will be weekly. Okay. And finally, daily quizzes. We already talked about this. So once again, these are the pillars that constitute the conversation course. These are the 4 essential elements and components that make up the conversation course. So first off, we have input. You have to get exposed to English. You have to, you know, come into contact with the language. When you were a child, how did you learn your mother tongue? When you came to this world, you listened to your mother, father, your siblings. You listen to them. You listen to them for probably 5 years before you started speaking. This indicates that you should get some input first and then produce some output. Okay. Number two, processing. When you get input, okay, you will not be able to produce output immediately. You have to process this input. You have to internalize the language, to absorb it, to understand it, to break it down, try to pick new vocabulary and new words. That's how you improve. Okay. You don't just open your mouth and expect yourself to speak. No, you have to understand how the language works, how it is structured, how it is structured. And then number three, output. English is best learned by speaking it. Okay, you have to open your mouth, you have to speak. If you want to master any skill or anything in the world, you have to practice it. If you want to ever be proficient at anything, you have to practice it. So produce some output. And then number four, get some feedback when you speak. Of course, we all make mistakes. No one is perfect. Okay, no one is infallible. You will get some feedback on what you produced. Okay, we will try to open your eyes to what needs to be done in order to level up your language. Number four, consistency. And this is a problem that most learners run into. They do not have the ability to be consistent. So we help you stay on the right track. Okay, we send you your tasks every single day. So we do it every single day for 5 weeks, consistency. And then number six, immersion. You know, when you go to the beach and we immerse your body under the water, that's our aim. We will get you married to English, okay? So you will sleep, eat, and drink English all day long from the moment you open your mouth, from the moment you wake up in the morning, until you hit the sack at night, until you go to bed at night. So we'll try to immerse your brain in English and to help you think in English instead of translating in your mind. And then our aim is to help you improve your fluency, your oral proficiency. Our goal is to take your verbal communication skills to the next level. All right. And these are some rules. We'll talk about them when you join the course, inshallah. And these are some of the topics that we will talk about, that we will discuss during the course. Once again, this table is tentative, it's subject to change, and of course, I will change some of the topics, inshallah. And once again, this is a reminder. The decision to enhance your language requires a certain level of hard work and discipline. Therefore, if you're not willing to put in the effort and make some sacrifices, then it will only remain a distant dream. You can look at it, but you will not be able to achieve it. Okay? If there is a will, there is a way. When there is a will, there is a way. If you want to achieve something, if you have a burning desire to accomplish something, you have to be willing and ready and prepared to do what it takes, to go all out, to pursue whatever you are pursuing. Okay? And can you read this? If you run into a wall, don't turn around and give up. Figure out how to climb it, go through it, or work around it. You have to look for a solution. Don't give up too easily. Okay? But you have to make an effort. It's not going to be comfortable. It's not going to be easy. But have the honor of attempting to achieve it. Okay? Yeah. So as you can see, I am a devil. I'll make your lives miserable, and I will inflict a lot of pain on you. I'll be your worst nightmare. I'll show up in your dreams and torture you in your dreams. No, I'm just kidding. I'll try my best, inshallah, to be your your brother, to be your brother, and to point you in the right direction and help you, you know, take your English to the next level, upgrade and optimize your language, and yeah, as much as possible to the best of my ability, inshallah. Finally, there's a free placement test, but please, please, please don't forget. When you take the placement test, you are required to do two things: to send a voice note answering the questions in the placement test, and you're supposed to send a short paragraph. Don't forget the paragraph, please, because a lot of people just ignore the paragraph. No, the paragraph is important, and I will not tell you why. Okay, so a free placement test, text the coordinator to ask about any details related to the course. Please text her, do not call her. And here, as you can see, the course schedule on Fridays and Tuesdays. We have probably, inshallah, we'll have two groups. So reserve your spot, and we'll accept you on a first come, first served basis. Okay. If you have any questions, any queries, any concerns, feel free to reach out to the coordinator, get in touch with her on WhatsApp. On WhatsApp. Once again, I repeat, do not call her. Just text her, please. Okay? All right. So I guess it's time to wrap up the session. Now it's time to open the floor to you and receive your questions. If you have any queries, it's time to bring them up, to raise your concerns in the chat box, please. How can I move from, how can I move to C1? I'm B2. Okay. Well, once again, it depends on you and the amount of effort and the amount of time that you're ready to invest in this. And but to be honest, there is no one size fits all answer to this question. Um, so for me, for example, it might take me 4 months. Okay. For someone else, it might take a year. It depends on your consistency, the amount of effort that you are ready to make. Do you mix between Arabic and English in your course? No. Arabic is banned. Arabic is prohibited because you join to learn English. Why on earth would you speak Arabic in my course? But to be honest, if the need arises, then yeah, I might use Arabic just to clarify certain points or to, you know, if there is a need for it, if it's absolutely necessary, if it will solve a problem, then I might use Arabic. And I'm the only person who is allowed to use Arabic. You're not allowed to use Arabic. Mhm. Your courses for which levels? For intermediate students and above upper intermediate students. Okay, because you know, I don't want you to join the course and you will feel overwhelmed and stressed. If you feel overwhelmed, then this course is probably not suitable for you because it's an intensive program. Okay, there will be a lot of tasks, a lot of assignments. Um, how many students? Well, I try to make it as little as possible, to make the number of students as little as possible. I will only accept a few students, okay, because I want to monitor you myself. I want to keep track of your progress myself. I will text you in private to follow up on your progress, on your improvement, to see what you have been up to, and so on. Okay, and I've got a few coordinators to help me. Okay, and all of them are professionals, mashallah, experts in the field. We have Miss Marwa, Miss Rihab, and Miss Omnia. Yeah, a lot of talented teachers. Okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the session and I hope it was fruitful and beneficial. I look forward to seeing you, inshallah, very soon. All right. Once again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to the coordinator. That's her number on WhatsApp. Text her, please. And see you guys soon. I'm looking forward to seeing you on the course. Bye bye. Take care. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.